I'm Henry Monshine. I'm your education librarian. In this segment, we're going to see how you can begin researching a topic in one of our education databases. I'll show you how to navigate from the Cal Lutheran homepage to the education guide, and from there to the databases. So let's begin. If you're at the Cal Lutheran homepage, look for the link for academics. You'll see a drop-down list of choices. Then go to the Pearson Library, and this is our library homepage. From here, let's scroll down until we get to the Discovery tool, and this used to be called the Library Catalog years ago. Today it's a Discovery tool. We'll look at that another time, but for now, if you look at the link directly below it, it says Research Guides. So we'll click on that, and you'll see a list of different subjects. We can go directly to the education link, and this brings up our education guide. You'll see a number of different tabs. For now, let's go to the one that says databases. This is a list of all the relevant databases to education. You'll see some very specialized ones and some general ones related to the social sciences. We're going to look for Education Source, click on the link, and that takes you to our EBSCOhost Education Source database. EBSCOhost is a platform, and Education Source is one of the databases. And in other segments, we'll see how you can navigate to other databases within EBSCOhost. The databases work a lot like Googling. You can come up with search terms and just input those and begin searching, and most likely you'll find some relevant articles. Again, the big difference between our databases and the web is that all the content you find here will be from peer-reviewed journals, trade journals, and again, relevant sources, as opposed to doing a broad search on the internet. Well, let's take a topic that's pertinent to education. What about the issue of bullying in schools? There's always an interest in that, and it's always in the news. So let's say we're interested in finding some peer-reviewed articles on the topic. Here's how we can get started. In the search box, you can begin inputting your search terms. So I'll select bullying. And notice as soon as you type your term, it will recommend some related terms like bullying in schools, bullying in the workplace. Well, we can select bullying in schools since that's relevant. So we have 4,419 results. That's quite a bit. But now we can narrow it down. Let's say you're interested in the problem of bullying in middle schools. So we can add middle schools to the search. And you'll notice some choices come up. So we can just select middle schools. So now we're down to 381 articles. And you can see that our keywords are highlighted. So you can see bullying shows up in this title, middle schools. So it looks like we're on the right track. There's another way to search the Education Source database. That's using the thesaurus, which is up here on the blue bar. And the thesaurus works a lot like the tool you're familiar with in Word. It will help you find synonyms, and not only that, it will direct you to the right subject terms or search terms that they use in the database. So let's try the same search using the thesaurus. I'll just click on New Search to clear the screen. And this time, I'm going to go to the thesaurus. And under Browse, I'm going to enter bullying. So at this point, we're just trying to identify the right search terms. So this is our term right here, bullying. I'm going to double click it. And what you'll see, it gives you a definition of the term and some related concepts. It may come up with terms that we wouldn't have thought of. For example, Here's school bullying. Here's one related to bullying in universities and colleges. So it will suggest some very specific topics. So for now, I'm just going to select bullying, and let's say school bullying. And now I'm going to click the Add button. You'll see it has the OR connector. So what that does, it's going to search for bullying or school bullying as a subject rather than just a keyword. So let's try that and see what happens. So we have over 5,000 results. And now we can continue narrowing it down. This time we can add middle school. And you can see it says middle school students. Let's select that. That's a little more specific. We still have quite a few articles. And as you look at the titles, they all look very relevant. So I think the results are a little more focused than the first time when we just used keywords. Let's look at some other ways we could narrow this search down. You'll see a box that says limit to. You could limit to full text, scholarly, or peer-reviewed journals. Let's do that. So we're going to select scholarly or peer-reviewed journals, so now we have 247 results. What happened now, it filtered out all of the references or articles that are not considered peer-reviewed. So that would be articles from trade journals, popular publications. If we uncheck it, we can still take a look at those other results if we need to. Another way to narrow down would be by the date range. Most likely you'd want to go back no more than 10 years. So we can move the sliding bar, let's say from 2005 or so to 2015. So still a lot of articles. But at this point, you can even add additional terms to keep narrowing down. At this point, let's stop, and in the next segment we're going to continue with our tour of the education database and see how we can do some other functions. So to review what we've done at this point, we've seen how you can begin researching a topic in the education source database, beginning with the Cal Lutheran homepage, navigating to the education guide, finding the databases, and then finally selecting the education source database. And we've seen how you can do a keyword search, and then how you can do a search using the thesaurus, and then compare the results to see which one gives you better or more focused results.